Welcome to Shed Trip with Pablo Disco Bar.
Right, I'm with Paul from the Kraken Inn. Cheers.
Cheers.
So I popped over because he's not far from me. Let's see, the Kraken Inn. It's an amazing bar. It's quite big. It sort of reminds us of Care from the Glory Holes from outside in terms of size and pitch of the roof. It's got a Mortal Kombat arcade machine, which is obviously unbelievable. Really lovely, well built bar. Love the shelves behind. There's a few sort of machines at the back. Perfect draft physics machine. Got the pump one. And it's really, really nicely done. Really well built. Foliage feature wall. Just a beautiful place. It makes us very sad I don't have a bar anymore, but that's a different story. So introduce yourself. Tell us what you do in terms of the bar, why you've done it, and why you've called it what it is, the Kraken Night, and what made you do a home bar.
Alright, well, yeah, I'm Paul. A few people know us. The pub shed itself, just seen them on Instagram all the time. I think the first few, one of them was, you just mentioned it, the Glory Hole. Just kept looking at it thinking, great, fantastic. A mate from work got one. I was just thinking, this is brilliant. Possibly it was more done out like a social club, so I had my own idea what I want to do with the place. Picking ideas from wine bars in Newcastle, bits and pieces, thinking, I'm going to do that, I'm going to pick that. So yeah, just started prepping the garden, getting it ready, ordered it. Was just using it as normal, getting the lads around watching the match. First, I think it was me dad and one of my mates who were fairly well served, had far too many, stumbled down the steps because it is quite a steep walk back into the house. Stumbled down the steps like, cheers Paul, thanks very much mate, I've had a cracking night. Anyway, I've got an octopus in the corner, which was always my thing. I love kind of Greek myth, octopuses. We're sitting there, people had said the salty octopus, the tipsy squid. I had loads of suggestions, just didn't sit right. I was like, nah, I don't know. I was driving to work, halfway down the A1, and it just came to us. Like I was just thinking of the lads leaving, saying I've had a cracking night, and then I was like, cracking and a night. The rest is history basically. So
I thought it fits perfectly, obviously, where you are. You're essentially a Geordie, outskirts of Newcastle. So a cracking night, I would say. I've had a cracking night. You would say I've had a cracking night.
yeah.
Anybody listening to this or watching this now, yeah, Spotify or YouTube, you probably want subtitles. I'm now not the only person that you have to mock. You can also mock Paul. So in terms of the theme, you said you've got that from bars that you usually go into.
Mm-hmm.
What sort of night would you expect? What sort of cracking night would you expect in here? What sort of music would be playing? What would you normally be drinking?
Well, I mean, that always goes out the window. You start off with a plan, never goes to plan. I wanted to have a kind of like a wine bar from Newcastle. If anyone's been to Newcastle, you see some high class wine bars around what's called Grey Street.
Yeah.
Always feel comfortable in them. I didn't want. I'm too old for the nightclub scene. I didn't want to go down the social club route. So I thought, right, I'm going to pick this, me kind of foliage wall. I'd seen that in a bar. I was like, that's going to be my feature. I tend to I'm into me like dance music and stuff, but sitting at home it gets you kind of in the mood to go out and stuff. I like listening to chill out, like Ibiza chill out, and it just
like poolside shots.
Yeah. So I tend to start the night on some of that, but then people take over my iPad and I'm going through Oasis to rock. It goes through the lot, you know. Ends up on trance at the end of the night.
Yeah.
But no, that's the general vibe of it.
You're quite a big Wylam Brewery fan, aren't you?
Oh, massive.
Yeah. So I don't know if you can see on the camera, but if not, I'll sort of do a picture later. But there's pretty much the full collection of Wylam above the bar, empty cans. So
basically, beer wise, I used to be like just a strong lager drinker and nothing else. I like me whiskies. I've always liked me single malts. My brother-in-law bought us a couple of cans of Jakehead one Christmas, and I stupidly thought, 4 cans for Christmas. Drank all 4 of them. Woke up like something like Night of the Living Dead. But then realised it was like really nice. So that's why I've stuck with Wylam, because that's where that was my roots. And they're from the northeast, so I've kind of like try every new release they bring out. And I haven't had one that I've went, that's horrible. So
I do love their can art as well. I think it's really well done. So, in terms of the bar, what do your friends and family make of it? I know you said that it sort of came from a couple of people having their night out here and saying, what a cracking night. Have you had many parties? You had many people around? What's the reaction been? People sort of surprised when they come?
Yeah, I've had a few. I try not to make it a big event because I've got quite elderly neighbours. I've got I live in a nice street, and I don't want to upset them. So I try to keep it low key most of the time. Put the matches on. Me and my son, big Newcastle fans. Every Newcastle game we're in here watching the match.
Don't judge him for that.
We've just been beat tonight. But yeah, I've had a few parties. Everyone comes in. They think the word pub shed puts it down. They come in going shed, and then they walk in and it's like it's not a shed. It's a room really.
See, I prefer the term garden bar for this sort of.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, a lot of people
bar.
are basically they walk in and they go, it's basically a bar. They're blown away by it. I've had quite a few, quite a few. I've had about 4 or 5 parties since I've had it, and that's about the best part of a year. But no, family like it. I've had a few friends just constantly messaging us going with match dates. When can we sort something out? So they want to come round because it's a bit of an escape for them. But yeah, I mean it's all well received. Everyone loves it. They're always waiting for the invite. Right? Exactly.
Yeah, that's just for renovations.
There's always something happening. The electrics have gone off.
Cool. So one last question: who out of the pub shed community, if any, has sort of stood out here, inspired you to do things? Is anything that you sort of done because of you've seen from other places, or is it sort of bits and bobs, or?
I mean, in terms of the shed itself, I went with the biggest I could afford because I thought, I'm going to need it. If I'm having a big party, I need a big shed.